Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Liza's BLTs. What's a BLT? It's a body of talk. We talk about everything from emotional eating, stress, anxiety, boundaries, love, self-care, everything else in between. So many topics we talk about. Who am I? I am Liza Lomax. I am a mind, body, and food coach. So I get to help folks destroy that stronghold that unhealthy eating and emotional eating has on their lives by walking with them through what I like to call the Liza's limitation lifter system. So today I'm going to talk about a toxic love story. This toxic love story is emotional eating and me. Emotional eating, stress eating, binge eating, all these names point to one not really good habit, a very toxic habit, which is compulsive eating. To clarify, it's eating as a way to deal with your problems, to cope with what's underneath the surface. All emotional eating is a symptom of something that you don't want to have heart-to-heart, face-to-face conversation about. So deal with your emotions. We use food to deal with the emotions, use food to numb the pain. My love and hate relationship with emotional eating started when I was a teenager and then escalated into my adulthood. I got up to 300 pounds because of my binge eating. When you asked why I binged, I admitted that food was the only thing that I had to look forward to. Finding healthy rewards is a logical solution, but it's not that simple. It's not that simple. And over time, food has the same effect on the brain as drugs and alcohol. Nothing else makes you feel as good. So you keep turning back again and again. Dealing with the emotional eating is a two-step process. First, you have to find other rewards, but accept that they will not be as pleasurable as food. Healthy ways to manage stress involve work and self-examination, and very opposite of the escapism provided by binge eating. Second, let yourself experience difficult feelings rather than avoiding them. It may not change everything, but it can prevent you from turning to unhealthy ways of dealing with stress. Running to food, however, is like hooking up with an ex when your marriage hits a rough patch. Yeah. Communicating with your partner and working on your problems is the right thing to do. Yet, it's so tempting to just run away with someone, something, just to feel good. I did this more times than I care to admit, both with food and with others. And it took me a long time to realize that my escapism with food defined my approach to relationships. In essence, one addiction fed into another, and both were slowly killing me from the inside out. Resisting the urge to feed your feelings is a lot like remembering why you left your ex in the first place. Yes, there are plenty of good times, but they were always followed by feelings of emptiness, regret, shame, guilt. So you go back to them again in order to calm those bad feelings. And the cycle continues to repeat itself over and over and over. This is a vicious cycle of emotional eating. This is the vicious cycle of emotional eating. It's also one of the textbook definitions of a toxic relationship. Acknowledging this to yourself is going to be painful. Acknowledging it to myself was extremely painful. It made me feel stupid, and I lost over and over again. Why do I keep going back to it, even when I know better? Why do I not love myself enough to stop? These were agonizing questions, but they needed to be asked. The answers have changed throughout the years as I've encountered new sources of stress. What? Yes, of course. They still have stress. It comes in different fun little packages. We all get stressed. It's how we deal with it is key. For me, realizing to love working out has been the greatest source of help for me. Working out gets me out of my head, gets me out into a different space. Leaving a bad marriage, changing careers had made a world of difference. I had 2 failed marriages, and I was staying in a toxic job that was, again, slowly killing me day after day after day. It made a world of difference when I made those shifts. It really did. And removing toxic family and friends out of my life made it even huger difference. And now, sharing my story with you. That's another positive way to deal with stress. Nowadays, emotional eating and me are good. It is virtually non-existent. Yes, it does try to creep in every now and again. I admit it does. I've done a lot of work on myself, creating new habits, new stories, changing those patterns, and limiting beliefs. I can remember the good times and face the overwhelming urge to run back to it when life gets a little chaotic. Sometimes I have given in and indulged in a slice of cake or a bowl of ice cream. I don't beat myself up about it though. I don't do it anymore. And I don't bury the shame with even more food. So yes, emotional eating, you and me are good. I'm happy and healthy in my relationships with food. I love food. I put so much love and effort and care into my food. I don't have the disdainment and the shame and the guilt and the hatred for it anymore. I actually love it. I love to put food together. I love to make food. I know that food is a source of energy and it helps me fuel in positive ways now. It gives me the nutrients I need to work out every day, to run, to walk, to live the life that I live, to work out like I love to do. So I would love to invite you to do the same, especially during stressful times in your life. We were all housed up. We were quarantined. We were isolated for a couple of years. That does a number. That did a number on a lot of people's psyche. And some are still repairing themselves from it all. It's so easy to turn to food and all the unhealthy choices of food for that matter, and the abundance of taking in food is if the perfect time to change those habits and create better, healthier ones, isn't it time to change? So if you're struggling with emotional eating, stress, or binge eating, and need additional guidance, I am here for you. I have lived through this battle time and time again. I have fought and fought with myself. I know how hard it is. So I encourage you to reach out to me today. I can help you destroy that stronghold that emotional eating has over you. So that's it for me today for Liza's BLTs. Tune in next week for another topic. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below. You'll get notifications when new videos are ready and waiting for you. Have a great day.